period. That's why there's fucking nail things on the goddamn thing right there, so kids don't sit on it. I mean, we can't do nothing. Nothing can be done.
I mean, that's their
In any way,
property.
shape, or form.
That's their property. I mean, if they
They're not
want
allowed to do anything on their property
Yeah.
now. We can get with zoning and have them come out and have them clean up the yard, just like zoning can come to you guys.
Right, but we are the ones that deal with the consequences of there being so many calls to this house.
We can't control how people call in. We just come and make contact, and then clearly you guys aren't doing anything wrong. You're cleaning out the house.
which
We're
we
just-
knew coming here, but there's a call for service, so we have to come.
Yeah.
And I told him I'd already been here tonight. I
Yeah.
talked to Nir. So I mean,
I
Nir
was about to say
explained
the
what was
trailer's
going
still in the
on.
backyard.
So you know what we knew what we were coming here for,
Right.
but because there's a call, we have to come. So
Right.
that's why we're here. So, obviously, not doing anything wrong. I mean, I know Nir, so I've had contact with Nir.
I've been pulled over a time or two, and you know, a couple officers have said, you know, how it's a problem because there's so many calls to the house and this and that, and then like I've had people from eBay pull up and they've gotten pulled over coming up out of here just because of the number of calls that this house has had. Like that's affected my business. It affects my livelihood.
Yeah. What are you guys doing with the storefront?
Where it's in the middle of getting cleaned out, that way it can be put together.
What do you guys do?
Probably a store-ish
Do a
type.
store?
Yeah. But there's like right now we got a bunch of the toys and stuff like that in it. We got
So
the
you guys
bath-
redoing the whole inside of it?
Yeah. Yep. We're working on getting it all fixed up.
Good.
All it takes is just a little bit different scenarios as people are coming and going.
Oh yeah.
And once you get people that are coming and actually doing legit business transactions with you, it's going to change the narrative of this house.
Oh yeah. That's
But
what it.
when the old narrative is, we got a lot of we
Yeah.
recovered stolen vehicles, we've got a lot of drugs, we've got a lot of things that come out of this house.
Well,
It
that's.
starts to give us a little bit,
I know.
okay,
Yeah.
cars coming and going very quickly without any actual proper business being here.
Mhm.
And then when we run the plate and it comes back to Franklin, Ohio,
Yeah.
what are you doing in Harrison Township? It's suspicious. That's
Oh, yeah.
what it is. So we have to do
Oh yeah.
our duty to figure out what's going on.
Well, yeah.
Now I get it. It's frustrating, but I mean,
And, I mean, if you build up a reputation for a property,
Especially
you got to
when you
deal with
have-
the consequences of that one. I get that.
especially when you have neighbors calling in complaining about what's going on. So we have to do our due diligence and come
Oh,
out and make contact and talk and say hello, how are you?
Yeah, from the time I've been here, like I've talked to that neighbor across the street. I've talked to not Angie, obviously, but you know the ones on the other side of her. I've talked to one that's back here. I don't talk to the guy beside us.
So do
I
you
know him.
live here too, or?
So more than likely he's probably the one that's calling, but I mean we can't say yes or no. It doesn't. Every time it gets called in, they refuse to give us their name or anything to dispatch. They call on a block number and then they just say what's going on. So
It just dumbfounds me because there was a night where I don't know, like a half, like a I don't know, pretty strong little firecracker, whatever you want to call it, was thrown into the backyard. There's a time that I know for a fact I heard shots outside this house that had nothing to do with us, and you guys are never to be seen ever. Let us.
we're here.
Well, I mean, but no calls are ever made. And
Do you
like,
call?
Well, no, because I,
I mean,
can't
if
identify.
you hear
nothing.
it, if you hear it, you can call.
Yeah, but I can't identify nothing. Like that's why I talk to the neighbors and stuff. But
That's fine. But
We get
the
called
fact
on
is
for
if
this
you hear a bunch of
bullshit.
shots going off, and you call it in, we can at least go up and down these alleys and make
Right.
sure that there's not someone shot down this alley.
right,
I mean, that's on you because we've got a whole township to run with 4 deputies.
yeah, I get that.
So I mean, if we're all the way on Salem,
And
we're
aren't
not
you
going to
guys-
hear those
And
shots.
aren't you guys ain't it by the order that the call comes in?
It's priority.
I was about
So
to,
if shots come out, those are more priority than like an abandoned vehicle. So we have to go off of that. But if you don't call, we may
Right.
not even be in the area to hear it.
well, I only asked about that because, like, I don't know, the smallest thing could it could be a noise complaint, and you get like for this house, they're here pretty quick, like no matter what the scenario is. So I was just wondering because
Just depends on the call volume that day.
Yeah. I mean, if we're stacked on calls,
Right.
you know,
We're not really worried about a noise complaint. But
That's what I thought.
but if it's 4 o'clock in the morning,
well,
we're
yeah,
not gonna have nearly the call volume as if it's 1 o'clock in
Yeah.
the morning. Like calls
Yeah, I
are
get
gonna
that.
be there.
yeah.
But if
But-
you start calling in on suspicious activity, we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna come out here, we're gonna look, and we're gonna see what's going on.
All right, one last question. If we do a basketball game this summer, we all play.
What time and where?
I don't know. I'll
Because
get
if
up
we're
with.
about to be like 3 in the morning, I'm probably gonna say no. I'm not gonna play no.
Well, it depends. Look, we'll have different shifts of games, so each officer can come play. Each officer, I'm sure, has been to this house enough. It's
I mean, if you want to change the narrative, that's one way to do it.
that's what
If you wave us down just to say hello, I mean, that changes the narrative.
it's what we're working on. It's what
Yeah.
we're working
So I mean, that's all you have to do. Is unfortunately, with the history of the house and the history of things coming to and from this house,
on. Yeah, no.
it's gonna we gotta do what we gotta do.
Yeah,
So,
understood.
yeah, and keeping some of those people away from this house.
Working on that process.
Because,
Yeah, we're working on all of that.
So,
yeah.
plus making sure that all your license plates are actually valid license plates and not just pieces of paper.
Okay, well,
I mean,
listen.
I'm just saying.
With
I mean,
that one, it's coming in the mail.
I got you.
It's supposed to be coming in the mail.
But the quicker you get everything that looks valid, the quicker we're not
I know.
going to be looking at it like, oh, that's a piece of
I know.
paper duct tape with Sharpie on it.
yeah, the Ford Ranger, that was my mom's Temps tags. Yeah, I
Or
know.
I mean, you
or
see
a
what-
purple vehicle come and then it's sitting on a green truck. You know, I'm not saying that's, but it's just a, yeah.
I know.
So we see that.
Those are the
It's like,
things
what's
that-
going on with that?
Yeah.
We're
I
going
mean-
to stop and we're going to say hello and see what's going on.
Well, plus, guilty by association to a certain point, in the eye of the general public. And if it looks like a duck, it quacks like a duck. 9 times out of 10, it's a duck. But there are those one times that it's not that duck.
Yeah, which is why we're coming to say hello and not
Yeah.
coming in here bombarding you and going inside your house, see what you guys are doing.
Well, yeah, because there's a difference between suspicion and
Well,
articulable suspicion.
But we already know
we
what's going on.
already knew what was going on here before.
Yeah.
And
We
we
dealt
know
with this
who
once tonight.
Near is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like when we pull up and we see Near loading his trucks up, I'm not going to be like, oh well.
You know, how many
Yeah.
times I've had contacts with Near. I mean, I work this area, so
Yeah.
I've had quite a bit of contact with Near.
Yeah.
So I know who Near is.
Near said, do you know what he said when he phoned it in? He said, yeah, I'm out here with Near. How does dispatch know who I am? So, it was funny. But yeah, we know. It's well associated.
So, yeah, no issues. I mean, you guys, private property, you guys are doing whatever you guys are doing for the house. I mean, as far as we're concerned, nothing's going on.
You're actually doing what a lot of people actually want you to do, which is clean up the house.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're working on it. We gotta sometimes we gotta make a mess in order to clean the mess.
Oh yeah.
We get it.
But
I
We own
mean, zoning's
houses
going to be
too.
happy with you guys.
I was about
They're
to
going
say,
to look
like,
at it and be like, thank God.
there might be 1 or 2 more times they might have an issue, but that's just because I gotta make the mess in order to clean the mess.
Well, I mean, we own houses, so we understand that. You
Right.
know, sometimes it
You
takes.
gotta take some trash out.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
So,
All right.
all right.
Thank
Hey,
you, guys.
can I get you guys' name and badge numbers for the subscribers?
James 436. Wheeldon 612.
Thank you, fellas. It's Audits Ohio on YouTube. Like, subscribe, and share. Audits Ohio on YouTube. Like.